We're now going to get your view. It's great to speak to you actually before any of the last 8 games have taken place. All, of course, live on talkSPORT. I know you're not a betting man, but if you were, I've got the ties obviously in front of me, and we all know Switzerland be Spain, Belgium, Italy, Czech Republic, Denmark, and Ukraine, England. If you were a gambling man, who makes the last 4?
Okay, let me give you my view. Wow. England for sure. Czech Republic against Denmark will be a difficult one, but I would say Denmark. Belgium against Italy. Ooh, that's a big one. Really big one. If I don't say Italy, tomorrow I land and they kill me, so I have to say Italy. And Switzerland, Spain is also a big one, but Shaq is not playing. They need him. Spain, Italy, Denmark, and England.
Okay, I'll put a pound on that. If it doesn't come in, I'm coming after you, Jose. Listen, let me ask you, of course, because England will be playing their next match away from Wembley. Obviously, they're playing it in Rome. How much of an effect do you think that could have, not playing in front of home fans?
I don't think any effect. They are in a positive dynamic. They know that semi-final and final will be again Wembley. Olympico Rome will be without, let's say, without English, but not full of Ukrainians. Will be very neutral. Cheva was clever in the way he approached it, and he's saying already that he hopes that the Italians are going to be supporting them, which probably they will, because England is more powerful, and because Cheva has a past of so many years in Italy. But I don't think no effect. England is confident. They know that semi-final, final at Wembley. I think they go to the Olympico and they just beat Ukrainians.
Jose, do you think maybe for England as well, they've been based in England and at St George's Park for so long, maybe, a trip to Italy to break the routine of what they've got up? I know they lose home advantage, but maybe a trip for a few days to Italy might be a good thing from their point of view.
Yeah, Stuart, I don't see any negative. And I didn't know, but I could understand from one of the interviews in talkSPORT after match, one of the boys saying 2.5 hours bus leaving Wembley to go to St. George's. Come on, 2.5 hours bus. Shut a flight is 2.5 hours to Rome. You go to Rome and you play one game and you come back. The only thing I would say is that in Rome, and I'm more or less controlling it, is more or less 10 degrees more than in London. When in London is 20, there is 30. When in London is 23, there is 33. So I can imagine that will be considerably warmer than it is in England. So that maybe they will feel it a little bit more. Fatigue, hydration, a little bit of intensity that you can lose on that. But the home advantage, I don't see a drama. I don't think the Olympico will have 30,000 Ukrainians. No way. Is a stadium with a long distance from the stands to the pitch. The athletic track makes it further. You don't feel the atmosphere as intense in any other matches. And then, as you say, Stuart, break the routine a little bit. Don't make the Euros always at home. And I don't think there is any problem. Sheva is doing an amazing work. The team is very well organized, but I think they are on the limits of their energy. They are on the limits of their potential. They did history for the country. Of course, they are going to fight for more, but I don't think they can. So for me, will be will be a good moment for England to go there, to win it, and to come back for the last two.
Jose, you mentioned fatigue there. I just wonder, can England hope to gain an advantage from other teams being more fatigued? I know the other half of the draw is tougher, but of course Ukraine, they played 120 minutes against Sweden. Will that come into play, do you think?
Accumulation is always accumulation, and the condition of the players is something that nowadays is about the coach's feelings, but there is lots of science behind that can help us to understand the hydration levels, the fatigue levels. There are many ways to feeling. Some squads, they have, let's say, two groups of players. One group that is better than other, and when you miss one player, you are immediately in trouble. So you cannot make rotation, you cannot change players. When you change, the potential of the team is completely different. In England case, I think it's quite a privilege because the squad is really good, is really strong. So they don't have a better chance than this one to reach the final. I'm not even speaking about a final. That a final is always a final, and the final will be against a good team for sure, but no better conditions ever to win these two matches and to be in the final at Wembley.
Jose, Group F, the so-called group of death, with France, Germany, Portugal and Hungary. Do you think the intensity of those early games have cost these teams? Because all four are out of the competition now, and three of those were maybe favourites even to go on and win it at some stage.
Yeah, but I don't think the group had any effect on that. That's my opinion. When I spoke with you the first time, even before the Euro starts, when some of you were asking me about Portugal, I was saying I believe that Portugal can win it, and I believe that Portugal can be out after the group phase. So the group was really difficult and could happen to anyone to get out. But the reality is that no one of these three teams perform at a very high level. Even France, not just the game against Switzerland, but also the game against Hungary, they were not phenomenal. They were not the team that they can be with the potential they have. Portugal is a very difficult team to beat. I know it is a very difficult team to beat, but if we look to the previous 2 Euros and the World Cup that Portugal played, if I'm not wrong, out of 15 or 16 matches in the final phase, Portugal won 3, only 3. Even being a European champion, I think we won 3 matches. One against Wales, one against Morocco, and a third one. So Portugal get into these final phases, and yes, we are candidates, but no, we don't destroy opponents. Germany had an awful pre-Euros, and then in the Euros they had a fantastic match against Portugal. And more important than this, Portugal out against Belgium. You can lose against Belgium. Mm-hmm. Germany was out against England. You can lose against England. And France was the one that my feeling was they have to blame themselves, because they start the game against Switzerland bad. They recovered in a fantastic way, showing the immense talent they have. But when I saw the way they were celebrating the third goal, I didn't like. And I had the feeling of these guys are already celebrating in the Eiffel Tower, the dancing here, dancing there. I don't know which dance they did, but they did a couple of different dances. 20 minutes to go. Game is not over. So I think the way they approach the last part of the game was not the best. Then they concede the second goal. Then they go to the last minutes of the game, and I believe that Deschamps thought game is over, because it takes Griezmann out when there is a risk of playing an extra time. Then they concede the goal. Then they go to extra time. Then Griezmann is not there anymore. And then a few minutes later, Benzema is injured. So I think everything went wrong for them. I would say that France is the team of that fantastic, difficult group, is the team that can blame themselves. Portugal and Germany, they lost against England and Belgium, and this is football. You can lose against good teams.
I should point out to people joining us late, obviously we're talking to Jose Mourinho. We can see you, Jose, via the gift of Zoom. I just want to know, we've got you for another half hour. Will you need someone to get you off that couch? It looks like the most comfortable couch in the world. If I was there, I'd be there for days.
It's fantastic, guys. I cannot forgive you because I was getting some sun. Sun will not be a problem to get it in Rome because plenty of sun in there, but no beach. It's finished for me. I fly tomorrow, and tomorrow starts.
Okay, well, listen, we've got you for 30 more minutes, then we'll let you get off the couch
I'm
and back
very
into the
happy
garden.
because I love to be with you guys.
Okay, and we do as well. More from Jose Mourinho right after this on Drive on talkSPORT.